Hi, this is Neil Toff checking in and providing some feedback on this week's ICMI chat. That's hashtag ICMI chat. Topic of this week was big data and acquiring the right data. I thought this session was fantastic. It got spicy, it got a little heated, it was maybe even a little sexy, which was the goal. We had a great group of participants that included Justin Robbins and Erica Strother from the ICMI, Nate Brown, Henry Eklund making a return visit, Leslie O, which was great to have her back in the group, Elias Parker, same, great to have him back after a short hiatus out. We had CGS Contact Center check in at the end. We missed some of the usual suspects, Al Hopper, Sean Hawkins, Jeff Toyster, Jeremy Watkin, and some others. Hope we can get you guys back in the mix on a weekly and regular basis. So the session I did think heated up. It was definitely, the tone for the chat was laid out by Justin Robbins in an excellent way. I think everything that Justin said definitely had merit to it. I don't necessarily agree with everything, and that's what I wanted to dedicate the chat to. I think that big data in and of itself is not the bad guy. I agree. I don't like buzzwords and trendy phrases and catch-all phrases like big data just to use them as phrases, but look, big data is not going anywhere. There's a reason it's not going anywhere. We have more and more ability from a technology standpoint, from an operational standpoint, and an IP standpoint to acquire and utilize big data. The bad guy or the bad guys are the companies that don't know how to use it, that are gathering it just to gather it, and that are not taking advantage of the wealth of information, wealth of data that can be extracted from it. I think at the contact center level, those of us who are in charge of administering and operating contact centers, we need to find a way to access the data. There's a big gap, I think, between those of us outside the contact center in the enterprise and those of us inside the contact center that actually know what to do with the data. The owners of the data typically are not us in the contact center. The owners of the data are outside the contact center. If those of us in the contact center had access to the data, I think we would quickly begin to understand what we had to play with. What is there to extrapolate, and how then can we use it? And I think that's the big key. How do we use it? Not how do we as managers and administrators use it, but how do the agents and the frontline reps use it? How do we make it available to them? How do we make it available and visually appealing to them so they can see something in a very clear and understandable fashion that can be applied in their calls, their chats, their emails, their texts? I think that is the challenge for all of us in the contact center space. What do we do with big data? How do we train our agents to use it? How do we make it available to them? And how do we use it to improve customer experience, retain customers, keep them as loyal customers that continue to transact, and how ultimately do we, at a minimum, maintain and hopefully increase customer lifetime value? That is the challenge ahead of us. On a separate topic, I was kind of interested in the research that Justin alluded to, which was mentioning that most contact centers don't even fulfill their KPIs. It's not surprising, however, I really never thought about it. KPIs, we don't even, as contact centers, fulfill those. That's a stressful sounding proposition. I think it's a great opportunity for entities like the ICMI to provide education, training, and other resources to help us get there. But is that really true? Contact centers don't fulfill their KPIs? Scary. The other thing that I wanted to quickly mention was that Nate Brown said Neil Toff dropped the mic and walks out. I think that was only probably proverbial. I didn't actually drop the mic. I had a great time as host, and I really wanted to jump into the ring as a participant. Hopefully you guys found I did a reasonable job as more of a steady participant, not weighing in on one side versus the other. Because this, and as many of our topics are, but this one particularly seemed to generate a little bit of debate in a very healthy way. Great topic. I enjoyed it and enjoyed being your host. Hopefully those of you that participated originally on Tuesday, Veterans Day, or have since are watching this video, enjoyed my hosting. I enjoyed it. Look forward to hosting one more time before the end of 2014. I'll be back. I believe it's the second week of December, doing a year-end wrap-up. I'll send out some additional tweets about that. Again, hashtag ICMI chat. This is Neil Toff from Callzilla. Thanks for tuning in, and look forward to tweeting together, dialoguing. Please private message me. Please communicate with me. Would love to continue to hear your feedback. Thanks. Bye-bye.